understand why in the society we live in, why it seems like they're championing promiscuity. But it is more about saying, if that's who you are and that's what you want, that is okay.
Right.
Why? Because we say it's okay for men.
Yep.
So as long as you are keeping yourself healthy and you keeping yourself safe and you feel good about it and you are doing what you want to do, then we are saying, like, good for you.
Go
you
for
should do that.
Own it,
Go
yeah.
for it. If
Yeah.
you like sex and you like multiple partners and you don't want to commit, that's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Do it. That might not be for me. It isn't for me personally.
Right. But I would never be mad
no.
about another woman for doing it.
No, and I celebrate any woman who owns her sexuality, however she owns it, and whatever that means to her.
That's why I love Amber Rose.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love her.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think people get liking someone and liking what they do in certain capacities confused with like making someone your religion. Like Amber Rose isn't my religion.
No, but she's great.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
What
I
she
adore
stands
her,
for.
but like she
Yeah.
hasn't done everything right her whole life, right? I wouldn't back up every single thing she's ever said in life. Like
She probably wouldn't either.
Actually,
Yeah.
She probably would be like,
I would. Yeah. I
look
feel
back
like that
on
about myself.
No, I look back
Yeah.
on things I said in 2011 on Facebook, you know, and it reminds you.
yeah, and you're like,
Delete.
exactly. Yeah, and you're like, oh, yeah.
Why?
Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
owning your sexuality is very important, whether that means you're being promiscuous or not. But I think the other important distinction that we're seeing here is these qualifiers about what makes a slut, what makes you promiscuous,
Yeah.
what makes you these titles, right? Because me enjoying my sexuality, right? Me enjoying sex, me owning that, and me not necessarily wanting to be in a relationship and having sex outside of a relationship doesn't mean I sleep with everyone.
Right.
And it doesn't mean I'm a slut.
No.
And it
Yeah.
doesn't mean that anybody who has a penis and puts his arms around me gets
Right.
it,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
It means that I have sex under the for me personally, right? I have sex under the context of what seems like a beneficial mutual exchange.
Right. Yeah.
If I meet someone and I'm attracted and you're attracted and it seems like this could be fucking awesome for me, I'm probably going to go for it.
Right.
But most of the people I meet, I
Right.
don't look at and think, wow,
Yeah.
sex would be awesome with you.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, and I think if someone does explore multiple partners per week, I think that I celebrate that too, without labeling her in any way that I wouldn't label a man who did exactly the same thing. And you know, as women too, there's such a double standard, or this impossible standard to meet, where we have to be, you know, chaste and sort of virginal, but at the same time that makes us a bitch or a prude.
Yeah.
But then if we are more, you know, if we do put more of a sexual energy out there, then all of a sudden we're a slut. And it's like, you don't even know what I do, who I am, how many partners I've had.
What's the comment
Like,
about Lena Dunham? We're not in her bedroom.
Right. We don't
You're
know.
assuming she's a slut because she said something that you would put in the slut category. We don't know who's fucking her, who's not fucking her. Like, we have no idea what. Even same with Amber Rose. The girl could walk down the street half naked all day. You don't know who's in her bedroom that day.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, and it is. I mean, it's so complicated though, because I understand the confusion, and there's a very specific. It's a whole other discussion that we can go to another time. There is a very specific brand of feminism out there. It's like rich white girl feminism, which is like the Amy Schumers and the Lena Dunhams, and I like a lot about what both of those
Which
women
is
do.
a whole other issue, yeah.
That's so it's like we can't even unpack that right now. And I really do like what both those women do a lot, but there's so many times that I go, it's another thing like, oh, check your privilege.
Yeah.
But just like I couldn't let it go further without saying that. But the promiscuous thing, I think about the whole like Madonna whore complex that we're supposed to do. It's just like you're talking about when you're like, okay, so I want you to be chaste and pure, except with me, because then you should be a dirty freak.
Right.
And I get it. I get why.
But if you do that with anybody else, you're a slut.
Exactly,
Yeah.
you're a total slut, but I understand and can empathize with why a guy would feel that way, because he wants to feel
Special.
that he's special.
Right.
But it's
Same way we want to feel. We want to feel special with men.
Yeah.
But to me, if I've had a sexual encounter with someone of whatever variety it is, whether it's intercourse or kissing or anything, you know, male or female, whatever. Yeah, someone intimate. That person has been special to me in some way.
Right.
And that doesn't mean I love them. That doesn't mean I was in a relationship with them. That doesn't. There's something about them
That
that
was
needs
an
to do
intimate,
it.
special moment.
Exactly.
And I think it kind of boils down to essentially like the word slut should not exist. And I think what men see as feminism, building up or celebrating being a slut, is really feminism celebrating female sexuality.
Yeah. Outside of men.
Outside of men.
Well,
and
celebrating
that,
women.
Yeah.
Outside of men.
Yes, outside of men. Just our own sexuality as completely unrelated to any specific man in our life. And society has, it's not the fault of the men who feel this way necessarily. Society has told them their whole lives that women who behave this way are sluts, but it's let's redefine it and let's stop labeling people that way, and let's just let everybody explore sexuality
How they want to.
how they want to.
Yeah. Well, and let's not all.
And not-
also, those are labels. They're
Yeah.
arbitrary labels, and
Yeah.
largely
Yeah.
done by people who are mad or upset or
Exactly.
she's a slut when she's gone.
Yeah.
She was great when she was there.
I love that. That sounds like a great title for like.
Yeah.
She's a slut when she's gone. I love it.
Not a virgin. She's obviously a
She's
whore.
obviously a whore.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I had a guy, like, and I had very few partners before this person, and because I had dated someone older, he assumed, like, to him that meant, like, slut.
Really?
Wow.
Yes. And I was like, I don't understand.
I don't understand that
what
either.
that means. And he was like, well, because obviously, like, someone older has had more experience, and you probably did, you know, a lot of kinkier or more exploratory
Not
things.
necessarily.
Right. And I was like, first of all, that's not any of your business.
Right.
One.
Let's just check it. Not your business.
First stop, not your business. But it was,
Yeah.
but if I was in, and again, I was like, I take a lot of issue with that term in general, and in labeling anyone like that, or, you know, labeling women like that. But I was like, if I was in a monogamous relationship with someone who happened to be older, regardless of what we did, it's interesting to me. I was like, as someone who knows that I've had very few partners and that I'm monogamous, that you still found a way
Tie that back
to like get that label on me because it made him uncomfortable that I had explored my sexuality with someone else.
I think that's like an insecurity within himself.
Yeah.
Because that logic to me makes some sense. Because you date someone older that I am a slut. Because,
Right.
I mean, all I've ever dated were older men. Like, that's
Same.
what I
Yeah.
continue to
Primarily,
date.
yeah.
Right. Like, my last boyfriend, he's 37. You know, I'm
Yeah.
27. So, obviously, that age difference, like, you know, there's things there, but it doesn't, sexually, he's not any more, like, it's the same, if anything, you know? We didn't explore anything else. I dated someone also who was like 45. We went to a swingers club together. We had a great time. You know what I mean? So it doesn't
I
mean...
have questions about that.
Yeah. So, you know, and that was a great experience, you know? And it doesn't mean that I was with that person, I was dating that person. It doesn't mean I'm a slut. We just wanted to try that. And we were both comfortable with our sexuality that we can do that with one another. You know what I mean? So, that guy's a fool.
Yeah. And so I think that's also kind of the problem is everyone has their own definition of slut, and it often applies to a woman who has just done something sexually that makes them uncomfortable.
Right. That they may not have tried.
Yeah.
And that's what's unfortunate is that we raise men from the time that they're little boys that, you know, women are they're virgins or they're whores.
Right.
Right. And then we raise girls the same and we tell them
Exactly.
that you're a virgin or you're a whore.
Right.
And then girls have to find like this magical line between a virgin and a whore, and then we have to stand very carefully on it for like the rest of our being.
Yeah.
But the reality is the line's always shifting depending on who's looking at us. So we never win. We never get to have an amount of sexuality that's acceptable for everybody to feel good about. I actually had a girlfriend in Arizona a couple of years ago that told me that she would never sleep with a black guy. And I actually grew up in Minnesota. I know a lot of girls who just would never, right? I don't sleep with black men. It's like this coat of armor. And I'm like, no problem, please.
You're like,
Leave them. Leave them. I know so I have so much opportunity. Don't worry
You leave them alone.
We love them over here. So,
And a lot of girls that have places for them.
Yes.
But it shocked me when she said that, and I kind of thought, like, you know, what does that mean? Like,
Yeah, I
did
don't
she have
think
a
I know
bad
it.
experience and something happened to her? And what did she had said as well? You know, I just know that my other partners are gonna ask, and I go, wait, you date men that would actually sit down and ask you if you slept with a black man? And she goes, oh yeah.
Then judge
almost,
you for
almost
it?
every boyfriend I've ever had has.
Wait.
What?
Oh, there's so much to unpack. Who are these guys?
Right. That's the first thing. Who are these guys?
Right.
That's the first
But
thing.
it's a real thing. I mean, the sexuality around women is very real.
It's very controlled.
What you've allowed and this and that. And I was like, it was funny. I was kind of laughing, and we were drinking at a pool, and I was kind of laughing, and I was like, well, I guess good thing I'm black. Like, like those are my people. Right? Like, I don't think anybody would ask me that.
Right.
Like, what kind of question is that? I don't know.
Right. Well, and again, I think it all just goes back to how is that any of your business?
Right.
Like, you want to ask me, you know, how unsafe or safe I've been.
Yeah, totally.
Because that applies to
Right.
you right
When I've
now.
gone to the doctor, have I been tested? Have
Right.
I? Yeah.
Ask me about my health and safety. Absolutely, that is your business. But the race and gender
Yeah.
of the
And
people,
numbers.
Yeah, and numbers. I refuse to
numbers.
disclose it.
Yeah, no, with that.
Yeah. I never.
And I wouldn't ask somebody else that.
Right.
No.
No.
I would be like, have you been safe?
Yeah,
Right.
when's the last time you were tested? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's more my line of questioning.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's just with the whole number thing.
Yeah, I don't play that.
I wouldn't
I'm
ask
not-
you
I'm
that.
not
You
playing
shouldn't
that.
ask
No.
me that.
If
You should leave that alone.
if I offer, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you can't ask, and I would never
Right.
ask.
Because I don't want to picture that. Like, for me, I like to keep my mind just focused
I just
on
don't
what we're
care
doing.
enough. I don't think it matters.
I don't think
yeah,
it
you know,
matters.
like, if you're safe, cool. Like, do you have any STIs, STDs, anything I should know?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's different, but
Yeah.
the numbers, it doesn't matter.
know
That was
details.
before you. You know what I
Right.
mean? So that to me, no, you don't need to know my number. And I know girls that'll lie about their numbers and say, well, I'm going to tell my future husband.
That's exactly
It was like
what-
7
yeah.
or 5. And I'm
Right.
like,
That's why it doesn't
come on.
matter. Yeah.
It doesn't, like, you know what I mean?
It's always weird odd numbers, like 3, 5, 7.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Like, come on.
Well, never just a nice round.
It's never
Yeah.
like 70.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a nice 85?
5.
Yeah, what is
Not sure
that?
about
Yeah,
that
yeah.
There was this one
All right,
Vegas trip.
no.
Do you have paper? If they have the same names, like, cancel them out.
What are we counting?
Yeah. Like, I don't remember. I'm sorry. You don't remember? No.
No.
Is this a problem?
No.
You know, but yeah, the whole number thing is.
I do think that, and not to sound too Pollyanna and like empathetic with a guy who would slut shame someone because it's not cool, but I think so many of the times, and we've touched on this definitely, it just goes back to so much of being a man is that your masculinity and your sexual being and what you can do and how you can perform is so important. So much of it comes from like inadequacy,
Right.
and like feeling
Or
like I
feared
won't be enough.
inadequacy.
Fear and inadequacy,
Which
which
is
is actually
Why that one man was so intimidated
oh, you had everything with this other guy.
by
Yeah.
the fact that I had experienced someone older, or you
Yeah.
know, more than one person older, because it was like, what I took from it when I obviously psychoanalyzed it extensively with
Like
everyone
you
I
do.
know, was that it
And now I'm
was,
filled.
and now I'm filled. Was that it came from a place of what did he or what did they know to do that I don't know.
Yeah, and a lot of times it is,
I was
and I
like,
forget
why
that
don't
people are
you sit
insecure.
down and
Right, it's an
like be
insecurity,
taught
definitely.
then if that's what you're worried
Or
about.
every sexual experience is so different.
It's
Like,
different.
actually, though, I think you bring up a really good point. Is that a lot of times when men do that, it's not really from a hateful, spiteful, shaming place.
Right.
It's from a place of feeling like, holy cow, I'm gonna have sex with this girl,
Right.
and she's had sex with other
Yeah.
people, and like, what if I'm not what they
Right.
were? Or what if I
Right.
can't perform?
Right.
Or what if she had a better sexual experience with this
Yeah.
other person? Or she's used to coming like this or doing this, and I
Right.
can't
I
do
will be
that.
right, and it just
Yeah.
but it does end up coming across as a very
Shameful, type.
right?
Well, we internalize it as
Yeah.
shameful.
Well, because we've been taught,
Right.
they've been taught, everyone's been taught
Yeah.
that female sexuality is so shameful and never speak of it.
Yeah.
So it, you know, we do internalize it that way, and I think some men do mean it that way.
Well,
And-
yeah.
Yeah.
I would say the most,
Yeah.
especially men who are trying to be, a sexual partner with
Right.
you. There is a thing around men and coming fast and
Yeah.
you know what I mean,
Yeah.
like not being able to perform in the capacity that he wants to perform. But what ends up happening in that, and this is my total opinion, is that if you're so worried about that before we even get there, then the performance is gonna suck.
Yeah.
Because you're not in it with me.
Right.
And that's where
Right.
great sex comes from.
Right.
Again, my total opinion.
Connection.
But yeah, it's like that trust and like that being in that space together and just enjoying whatever that means in that moment.
Where it goes.
Yeah, like sexual experiences are so different with different people because different humans are different, or even different guys bring different things out of you.
Yeah.
Right.
Like where all of a sudden you're like kind of doing something,
Right?
you're
You're
like totally
like,
this
"Ew,
whole
I like
person.
this That's great.
No, it's like
50
it's like,
Shades of Grey. But yeah.
it's like any human interaction. Like my friendship with you
Yes.
is different than my friendship with,
Exactly.
Morgan.
Yeah, it's
So-
very different things that people bring out of you that I think they don't necessarily realize it, because to them it's like, well, I want to be the best.
But there's like so many bests, and I
Yeah.
have so
Exactly.
many moods, and so many
Right.
things that I like,
Yeah.
and different things that are fun at different
Yeah.
times,
Yeah.
and different pieces that I want. Like it's you can't. I don't know.
It just, there is no best, and I think trying to achieve that ends up leading to a lot of
Lying.
feelings of being slut shamed,
Bad
feelings
feelings
of
on
being
both
judged,
sides.
and then
Yeah.
feelings of insecurity and
That don't make great sex.
right.
No.
Frankly, and also
Yeah.
when they are like, are you coming? Are you coming?
Right.
Come.
You're like,
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
God,
Don't
I'll-
focus on
Did
what
you
I'm
come?
doing.
I'm like, shut the fuck up.
I'll let you
How
know.
about-
I will
I'll let you know,
let
exactly.
Actually, I never say anything. I refuse to say anything about it because
fine.
I
I
don't
just
say anything
because
about
I don't want to because it's too much
And
pressure.
No.
Yeah.
So I just don't say anything.
Right, and the more pressure there is, the less likely it is to happen.
You can
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
probably.
Right.
I just
No.
die.
Yeah.
Stop touching me.
Yeah.
Usually it gives it away.
Yeah.
It's the only time that I stop talking ever. For the half hour post
Gives it away. We're going to close for today, but thank you guys for watching. As always, for more feminist content, TheFemaleCondition.com.